And to Stephen, good morning.
Yes, hi Darren and Bill. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries.
I love your show, guys.
Thanks, Stephen.
I live in inner Melbourne, and Matthew Guy is our upper house member, and that lady from the Labor Party is the lower house member. Mm-hmm. But look, I wanted to talk to you about the open space issue that you raised earlier on. There is a small parish church group who plan to endanger the open space in my area, and it's going to really wreck the livability of Melbourne. They control a vacant piece of land on King Street in North Melbourne, and they call themselves the Eighth-day Baptist Community. They were granted this use of this land for free back in 1866 for a place of community worship. Now,
by who, Stephen? Sorry, by who? Were they granted it by the Crown, by government?
Crown, yes, the Crown granted it. Yeah, and 95 years after they were granted the use of this land, they had the church building demolished, and the Baptist Union of Victoria then rented that site out to a petrol station until 2011. Now, in 2011, the pastor, Gary Hurd, had formed a speculative property development company and lodged a development application with the City of Melbourne, and he gets approval to build a 4 multi-storey apartment blocks with convenience store, a function hall on this land site. Now, insiders have told me that these lands are worth around about $15 million.
Well, just go back a step, Stephen. What do you know historically why the land was given to these people? Were there any conditions associated with the grant of this land?
Thanks for that question. Yes, certainly. I've looked at the original Crown grant, and there were quite strenuous conditions on that, stating that they could only use it for a place of worship for the community. Now, there's something very wrong with the system when a site that's offered solely for community religious purposes stops being used in that way, and the pastor, if he's let loose to do whatever he wants against the community's wishes...
Who have you pursued this with, Stephen?
We've raised this with the City of Melbourne, and we've Robert Doyle and the group in there have voted and given these guys the approval to go ahead with this development. Now, the old laws of the land say that when a piece of land like this stops being used for religion, it should revert back to the government.
Well, send some information on. We'll have a read of it, and we'll see what we can do with it. Send it on to info@townplanners, and we'll have a look.
Thanks, Steve.